The Central Club.
Do you need a work uniform? Want to start a clothing brand? Or maybe you have a football kit that needs a logo printed? Well, if I was you, I'd get in touch with the Re-Inspire Printing Company down Treforest Industrial Estate for the finest printing and embroidery in Wales. I use them for my custom-made mankini, but you could use them for t-shirts, hats, hoodies, and many, many other things. What's going on, people? Welcome to the Central Club. This episode is brought to you by Re-Inspire Clothing and Boss Man Sweets. Today we have our first boxer on the show, and what a fighter he is. We've tried to get him down a few times, but obviously with his busy schedule of training and being a proud father, it's been hard to tie him down. But we've eventually got him. He's 23-3 with 18 knockouts. It's Liam the Machine Williams.
Welcome on.
Cheers, lads. Thanks. Good to be here. Good to be on, boys.
Down.
Yeah, thank you for coming down, mate. Honestly, really appreciate it. Obviously, you're boxing up in Sheffield at the moment, training up there. So you must be coming down. Is it just on the weekends?
Yeah, mate. I go up on a Sunday afternoon or Monday morning. Come back on a Friday afternoon. So spending the majority of my time up there. Obviously, I am going to fight, penciled in at the moment, but hoping to find out quite soon. And it's just a case of getting myself back in good shape now and getting ready for the next one.
Couple of people penned in there.
Yeah, mate. There's talks of a few people, but you know what it's like in boxing. If you can talk as much as you want, this is never certain till it's signed on the dotted line. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them where there's a lot of talk goes on and it doesn't always materialise. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. So your last fight was Carlos Andrade, was it?
Andrade.
Yeah. Andrade. Yeah.
I thought you done pretty well, mate. Honestly, to be fair, he was much bigger than you.
Yeah.
How do you think that fight planned out?
Yeah, it was alright. It was a good fight. It obviously didn't go my way, didn't go to plan. I fully expected to go in and knock him out and come away with with a WBO world title. So it was a bit disappointing. I was a little bit gutted with that, but obviously that's what it's going to be as a fighter. You always want to win. You don't always win unless you're very, very special. So yeah, it went okay. I stuck to the game plan. I would say pretty much all right, but he was a lot better. I kind of underestimated him, underestimated his power, and his ring, just the ability of what he carried, and he was just very good, and I didn't have the answers to it. Next time could be different.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? You could have done better.
Do you know what? As I said, I don't think I could have done a great deal better. Could have brushed up in a few areas, but it's all well and good saying that. At the end of the day, the fight's happened. I've lost the fight.
Yeah.
And unless that fight was going to happen again, then that's my time to prove it. But I can say what I like until then.
Yeah. I seen it was obviously over America. I seen, even though you lost, I seen on your social media the welcoming you had when you come back home. The whole village was out, the whole town was out. I think from a Welshman's point of view, it's so comforting to knowing that we still got people flying the flag in the boxing world. Obviously, there's a few of you. It's going strong, yeah. What was your way of getting into boxing? Can we take it back a bit? So who is Liam Williams before boxing?
Yeah, so obviously what you said first of all about the the support and that kind of stuff is unbelievable. I've got so many people behind me. And I only come from quite a small place, really. It's not like, obviously, you're in Cardiff, it's a lot more, I don't know.
City. Big city.
Yeah, it's a city, of course, but I didn't really know the word I was looking for then, but it's a much bigger place. Where I come from, everybody knows everybody, and it's quite
rural,
close-knitted, so it's the support is unbelievable, to be honest, but I got into boxing, taking it back to 20 years ago now when I was 9 years of age. So I was always a bit of a mad kid, always in trouble, always never a really bad kid, but always up to no good then, yeah. And
get into fights and stuff.
Yeah, fighting,
bully,
just making a bit of a nuisance of myself. Never really, I wouldn't really ever say I was a bully, because I don't like bullies. That's one of my things. Yeah, I don't like that. But Yeah, I was just a bit of a shit then, just a bit, always up to no good.
What do you think it was about boxing that made you like? What was it? The discipline, or was it just the community, or what was it about boxing that made you want to do it?
I wouldn't even say it was discipline, because when I was a kid, although I boxed, I still wasn't really disciplined. I'd still do what I wanted when I wanted, eat what I wanted, everything. So it wasn't really so much that. I just think I enjoyed the part of it, which I don't know. I guess when I was just training in boxing, I probably just felt free then, because I could have a fight with someone. I couldn't get in trouble for it. That's what I was there.
No
for.
consequence to taking your anger out on someone. And
Yeah, I was letting a lot of anger out, and I think that was just. I loved that. I could beat somebody up and not get in trouble for it.
Where do you think the anger stemmed from when you were younger?
I don't know. I honestly can't tell you that, but I've always been quite high rate. Do you know what I mean? And quite short tempered. I've very short fuse.
Yeah.
I've always been the same, and where that comes from, I don't know. But
We're all wired differently, innit?
yeah, my man's the same as well. Doesn't take him a lot, and he just flies off the handle. So God knows.
what's the mother like? Is she like that as well?
She's a bit calmer than us.
Is it just you? Are you got any brothers and sisters?
I got two sisters,
Fucking
and
hell.
they, to be honest, they're the same.
Did they used to beat you up when I was growing up?
My older one did, yeah.
That's where it comes from, the anger.
She's fucking. She's.
Well, you can't batter your sister when you're like 15, 16, can you? Like,
Yeah, I can. I used
Oh,
to.
you did, yeah?
Well, when I had my own way.
Yeah.
No, but they're the same. Like they both. Like they just don't give a fuck for anyone. I've been out in clubs with my sister. Yeah, somebody pisses my sister off, and I don't care how big or, you could be known as being a tough man or what. She's up for a fight. Like,
So would you say in the valleys where you're from and that, is the Williams like were like a known family?
yeah,
Even before the boxing and that?
yeah,
Yeah.
Rowdies.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So these times then in school fighting, before you went boxing, did you learn anything in school, or did you hate school?
Yeah, I always hated school. I just went. Well, I didn't go a great deal. I used to pretend I was going, and just disappear wherever I wanted to go. I got thrown out of school when I was 15. So I didn't like school. It wasn't for me. I always knew that weren't going to be my path.
Plan,
it wasn't really going to.
And that sort of thing.
Yeah, it wasn't really going to benefit the plans I had. I didn't want to. At that time, I didn't even really know I was probably going to turn pro either. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I knew school wasn't going to be a part of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I was speaking to my friend, innit? And when I mentioned getting you on, he said that you was a pretty decent motocrosser. You was part of East Wales and whatnot. Was you motorcycling before boxing? Was that a big part of your life as well? Did you want to do that as a profession, maybe? Or
Yeah. I didn't really ever think I was going to do it, on that kind of level, but I always enjoyed it. And to be honest, when I retire from boxing, I'll probably
rip up the mountains?
I'll potentially do it again. I did really love it, but obviously come to the stage where I had to choose one or the other, because
You always do. Any sport in life, you come to that crossroads. I know a lot of people, whether it's rugby or football or...
You get a lot of injuries as well in motocross, so you can't really do both.
Yeah,
Like,
that was the
not
reason
doable.
why, because if I could get away with doing both, I would. But obviously, if I'm fighting in the near future at all, really, couple of weeks, couple of months, if I come off and break a bone or...
Yeah.
That's it.
This stuff.
And it's so easy because, it's just the man and the bike is,
Yeah.
it's
You
nothing
fart wrong, you
Yeah.
cough the wrong way, you're gone on.
Yeah, it's one of them in it where it don't take a lot, and you've broken an arm, leg, and
So,
whatever it may be.
These times when you went into boxing, was it a gym locally to you? Like, how did you get into boxing? Was it your father, friends?
Yeah, there was a gym. There was a gym just in Pennygraig, so Rhondda ABC it was called. It was just 5 minutes in the car. Do you know what I mean? I could have even like run or walked. It would have taken me a bit longer, of course. But there's a guy down the street from me who I still keep in contact, and we're still quite close now. Many people have known him as Pete Bartlett. Ivor, Ivor's his name. Ivor Bartlett.
Shout out Ivor.
Yeah, big shout out to Ivor. Absolute legend of a man. Anybody in Clydach, Tonopandi, where I'm from, they would know him, and like they'd all speak very, very highly of him. Oh, Pete, he's the man. Like he was the father figure, the dietitian, mentor, anything you needed.
He was the man to see.
Yeah, physio. He was everything. You'd go there. He'd talk to you.
Kind of like the uncle, like, is it?
Yeah, he'd if he was aching, if you had an injury, he'd be rubbing your muscles. But then he'd take you on the pads. I used to go to his house, and sometimes before the gym, he's like, make me sandwiches and stuff. Do you know what I mean? He's just,
and I suppose that's not just in boxing, that's in life as well. He's mentoring you the whole thing there. It's not,
But he's always been one of them people. If you didn't go to his gym, if he could see you as a troubled kid, he'd do his best to try and put you in a good place mentally, or to help you out, do whatever he could. He's one. They don't make him like him anymore.
No.
But yeah, so he was my coach as an amateur. He used to live. He still lives in the same street as me now. So we've obviously been very close. He's nearly 90 years of age now.
He must be proud to see where you've come along then, and the fights you've taken. And
yeah, 100%. Like obviously, after every fight, I might win a new belt or, well, whatever, just a fight in general. That's the first thing I do. I'll wake up on a Sunday morning and I'll go and see Pete with my new belt, and we'll have a photo, and
That's class.
He's unbelievable. As I said, he's nearly 90 now. So he's not as active, and he's not as
what a feeling.
It's still good for him, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Like our boxers, they'll leave their area they're from, and they'll go to move to wherever they are. You could move to Sheffield, really. Like, the fact that you win this championship belt, this guy who's trained you from a little kid, you're bringing back the belts with him, and I like.
Yeah.
That's
that's one of the main things for me. I would love. Sounds bad to say, but he's 90 years of age. Before anything happens to him, or before
you want to bring,
I would love to win a world title, and for me to
show him that, like,
for me to bring that home to him, I'd be more proud than bringing that home to my family.
Wow,
like,
that's amazing. Like,
quite emotional. Saying about that.
I'd be proud.
Yeah, nice, man. That's amazing.
You stay in contact with him then? Do you go around his and say hello and that?
Yeah. I said he's just down the street, so I might walk my dog around the block, and I'll just give him a tap, see how he is.
What do you think makes a good boxing trainer? What do you think you need to be a good trainer? What do you think it is that makes a good coach?
I think it depends what level you fight. For like Pete, as I said, for him, you just have to be quite patient, and understand. You have to understand children, and what I just think a lot of the time now you see a lot of these trainers. There's a trainer and there's a coach. So a trainer's like, you might be a good pad man, and you see so many of them around, and they're all fancy, and they're doing all this Mayweather pad work, bid combinations. But in reality, that doesn't mean shit. To be a proper coach, you need to be someone like Pete, who I just said, who can talk and explain things to you. And I do believe you've got to have a good relationship as well to trust in that man, or woman, whatever it may be.
The energy has to be there between the both.
I think you need to trust that person and have belief in them to go into a fight doing what they are telling you to do.
Do you believe if he was a younger, like if he was not 90 now, but this is just saying, if he was like in his 60s, 50s, and he was able to go round, would you have him as a coach still, or is it like levels to this? There
is levels, of course, but I do think Peter has a very good understanding of the game.
Yeah.
And I don't really know, because obviously circumstances, they're different. He, as you said, if he was 60, 50, but he's not.
Yeah,
so if he was, I would have looked at it, and I would have.
What I'm saying is, when you look at your likes of Carl Zaghi, who had his father all the way through. When his father, like, he would never go with anyone else.
Yeah.
Then there's other people who will have childhood coaches and then go to different gyms.
His father wasn't a boxer though. Actually, was
No,
he?
no,
Anyway?
no.
He was just a.
No,
Was he?
no, he wasn't. I don't think.
How did he manage to carry him that far? Then?
I think he said he just knew the person he was. He knew what he was capable of, and
he just knew Joe.
It was the bond they had as you know. And
He knew him inside out. But going back, like basically, what I was trying to say is the question you ask is a very good question because I've never thought of it. Obviously, because like I said, if he was 50, 60, I would have thought about it. But
yeah.
I've just never gone back. But I think, who knows? I probably would have had him still coaching me.
I think that's a big part of why you go back to him every time you've had a fight, because you feel like he's entitled to it.
He still is there.
He's
Like.
part of it.
I owe that to him because I know so many fighters coming out of the gym, you know, that I've come from as an amateur, and they've done well, they've done right. But as soon as they turn, well, not even turn pro, but they might finish boxing. He's been a big part of their life. They might finish boxing and they might turn pro or whatever. And it's like he never existed to them.
Wow,
They just go off and do their own thing. But for me, I think it's a bit bad. I owe him a lot. If
it's selling out, isn't it, in a way?
Yeah.
If it weren't for him, I
is.
probably wouldn't quite be the man I am now. And
100%.
He was at the birth of it, really. Do you know what I mean?
It's where it all started. So
It's all about
Were
evolving.
you an amateur when you were with
I
him?
do owe him a lot.
Or no?
yeah,
You-
he started me from when I was 9 years old.
So when did you become an amateur?
When I was 9, I had my first amateur fight. 10
I was
years
at
ago.
9. You knew straight away, like, I've got something here, like a lot of talent.
To be honest, at first we started like I started because me and my mates were out. I'm not sure if it was raining or something. Yeah, and we were just bored shitless. So we thought, do you know, we could go here, just have a little fuck about. And
on the pads, innit?
just wing it. Like we didn't really want to box, but
Stay fit, like.
yeah, it's not, to be honest, not even
Just
stay
whack
fit.
a punch bag.
Yeah, just go in, and it was like a play centre. Then
He wanted to do it. You know, when I see boxing,
Every
as a
kid does it.
I just wanted to
I
go on
done
the top rope and like jump off and elbow drop
it's
someone.
true,
I
it's
was a
true.
wrestling fan.
Yeah. There's something about it. You just want to punch something up, don't you?
Yeah,
like?
just mess around because obviously I said,
speedball,
I was always like I was always
I know.
bit of a fighter growing up, and I had a lot of energy, and so I thought, we just go and just wing it, somewhere to go, keep us dry, kill a couple of hours, you know what I mean? Before we have to go back onto the rain again.
Yeah, except the valleys as well. There's not much
Yeah,
up there to do.
There's not a great deal. So maybe I can't remember exactly who it was we went with. To be honest, it was maybe 3, 4, 5 of us, and we all went like. They were like, "Fuck this! It's not for me." Like when we started sparring last year,
Liam, you went too
Because you was
hard.
beating him up. Like.
yeah. So we'd all stick to it, yeah. But then when it come to like Pete would go right sparring today, and for me, I was like, yes. Come on, I'm up for this. But the other boys, like, you start giving them a bit, and they think, do you know what, fuck this, boxing ain't for me.
I don't want to know, like,
So
It's all about taking a bang just as much as about throwing one,
yeah,
isn't it?
they would drop out day by day, week by week, whatever it may be, and I was always the
last man standing.
the one there. Then yeah, so it was just I just realised then I was obviously quite good, and you know, I was, as a kid, I was a bit of a tank. Like when I was 14, I was 75 kilos fighting. And when I'm making weight now at middleweight, I'm lighter than what I was when I was 14.
That's mad.
15 years ago. So I was just.
I'm 75 right now.
But that must be hard.
Yeah.
Well, I was 4. I was.
That's nuts.
That's mad.
That must be hard though.
Just
You're basically you're undercutting your natural weight. So what's it like when you're going into fights and stuff? Must be tough.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's obviously for 8, 10, well, more normally around 12 weeks for myself. I'm generally fit going into camp, but then I normally have like a 12-week
Blowout.
proper camp. No, proper camp for the fight. When I'm on it, like I need to be dieting, training twice a day. So I'm dieting for all that time, and even at the end, I've still got a big old drop to make the weight. So it's not really, that last week or two, it's not really enjoyable, if I'm honest. But it's something you do. Like, you might be a week away from a fight, and I always question myself, and I go, why do I do this?
Yeah.
This could be my last time. I don't think I want to go through this again. And then, you know, after you weigh in, after the fight, you know, like, it wasn't actually that bad. It was quite easy.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I don't know. It's just a mental trick you play on
right.
yourself. It's a mad one. Like,
So at these times then, when you was coming into in your early life amateur boxing, did you have knowledge about boxing anyway? Who were some of your heroes? Who were some of your idols growing up?
I was never interested in boxing
Yeah.
when I first started. But obviously, growing up, when I started to like boxing and whatnot, it was generally just Calzaghe.
The
His
greats.
name was about when we were growing up. We're the same age.
Yeah.
And, and he was the man, wasn't he?
He was the man, yeah. So, and to as I was getting a little bit older again, maybe Cleverly was in there. He was coming
Yeah.
through, and
Yeah.
everybody had massive expectations of him.
Oh, we were saying, yeah.
He was going to be the next Calzaghe then, yeah. So people were saying. So I did have interest in Nathan. Yeah, so it was just pretty much them two, and then you
Yeah.
had like
We had like Enzo and that as
Enzo
well.
Martinelli,
yeah.
Gavin Rees,
Gavin Rees, great fighter.
even Bradley Price to a
I've
certain
heard of
extent,
him, yeah, but
because he was in the camp with Calzaghe,
okay.
Gavin, Enzo.
Enzo, yeah.
A great camp, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
it
look
was-
at him like what a
I know,
group of
innit? What a
people.
camp that is, yeah.
Unbelievable. And do you know what I like about him most? They're us here. They're all normal.
No,
They're the boys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
lads,
they're the
like.
boys, and they've never changed from that either. However much success they've had, and
Yeah, that's
they're
good.
still the
Gavin
boys.
Rees is a good commentator, isn't he?
He's unbelievable. He's funny. Like,
He is.
Yeah.
Little Gavin, man.
Do you know Joe then? Do you know Joe Kawasaki well?
Yeah, I know Joe quite well personally as well. Like, I speak to him every now and again.
What's he doing with himself nowadays?
To be honest, I haven't seen him for a while. But I think he's just doing his. He's got the gym thing.
Talks,
He's
his
got the
gym.
gym thing going on.
Been
His
a
son
podcast.
boxes and that as well, don't he? His son's
Yeah, he's just living the life, and he's just living. But
enjoying it.
Yeah, but he deserves to look at
He
all
does,
the
yeah.
commitment and
Yeah.
discipline and
You know.
hard years he's put in. Fucking
He said on someone's podcast as well about how, like, you know, all them years he was fighting, he never got a break. It was only towards the end that really, you know, over in America, when he went to America, he really had his name.
Yeah.
You know, and it was at the end of his career. For all them years he had,
He's probably
That's
kicking
commitment.
back now, isn't he?
his commitment to go through all them years of being a great boxer, but not like being like star.
not getting the
not getting the credit. Can't fault him.
He
And
is a
his-
Hall
his
of
in-
Famer, isn't he? Really,
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
His Bernard Hopkins, his Jeff Lacey fight was the best
Roy
one for me.
Jones.
Roy Jones
Yeah.
battered him.
Yeah,
Mad.
but it's not just us. He had a lot of injuries and ups and downs as well, Joe, and so for him to keep pushing through it, and you know, he was world champion with like God knows how many defenses before he even landed them fights with Hopkins and Jones Jr., Lacey. He'd had, you know, he'd already made it.
Yeah.
He'd made money. He was a massive name. So for him to keep pushing on with his injuries and everything happening, you know, you got to credit that as unbelievable.
So moving on then. So obviously you became pro. What year did you become pro?
Good question there. I think it would have been 2000 and
14, was it?
no, before 2011.
Really?
Yeah.
You had,
Yeah.
but in your amateur though, you had quite a few. You had like 39 fights. Didn't
I
you?
had 49 amateur fights, yeah.
44 wins. something like that.
40, it was either 44 or 45 wins as well.
Yeah, so you had quite a good amateur career, really, didn't you?
Yeah,
I heard your name through amateur.
I didn't have enough, not enough, but I didn't have as many fights as a lot of amateur, boxers do these days, or
Yeah.
even back then, like, because I was a bit heavy.
Some
as
would
well.
have like fucking 80, 100 fights.
Yeah, because I said I was heavy as a kid, and so even in certain championships and tournaments now, there wasn't as many people, so I wouldn't get enough fights.
Yeah.
Like Joey Cordina, I'm not sure exactly how many fights he've had, but he have 100 plus in it, I think.
Amateurs.
As an amateur.
I'm not sure of a figure, but I'm pretty
Well,
sure.
I
he had-
remember like when he was fighting amateur, I'd be like, wow, when's this guy turning pro?
Yeah.
Because you'd hear his name all the time.
All the time.
But you're like, why ain't he
Yeah.
why ain't he on the TV then? Like, do you get me?
Yeah. So, like him, obviously, he's not fought for a world title yet. So he's not to sound disrespectful to Joe, because I love
Yeah,
him.
he's
I think
still early, isn't he? In pro?
but I think he's not, as a professional, he's not on my level not in terms of skill, because he's
in
amazing.
ranking, like maybe like
He's amazing, but in
yeah.
terms of where we're at, like
Where you've been in,
fighting for titles and
Yeah.
that
you've got to make them routes, haven't you? And you know, you've just done-
in that kind of way. But he's very close behind me, and he's only had how many fights?
3, 4, is it? No.
No. As a pro, no, he's had.
Oh, right.
As a pro, titles, he's had 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
But he's only had 12 fights, has he?
No, 13.
13 now.
Last
is
one,
it?
13. I think anyway. His last was 13.
Yeah, and I've had 27, and he's only like, in reality, in terms of progression, fighting for a world title, he's probably only 2 fights away from
away
that.
now. Yeah, because Eddie.
Well,
loves
after
him,
that
don't he?
knockout,
They
I mean, you know what I
they
mean?
reckon his next fight's going to be a world
Yeah,
title
like
fight,
after that last fight,
Or
showed
final
himself.
eliminator. So
I think they could do an eliminator, didn't they?
So when I say he's not on my level, that's what I mean. Not in terms of skill or ability,
just to contend
Where you've been.
like
where we are in moving forward.
career wise in stages and
You're
Exactly.
coming into your prime. He's a bit earlier on.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
So going back to the amateur record thing, obviously
Yeah.
you've had so many as an amateur. He's like, I've had 27 professional fights, and he's only pretty much close to where I am.
That's
Yeah.
mad.
But
isn't
that's
it?
because of the progression as an amateur
That's
as well.
mad, yeah.
He's been able to move along a lot faster while being
He's
a pro.
done more as an amateur,
Yeah.
and
So-
then you've
so-
done more as a professional.
Yeah, but it pushes him close to where I am, with me having double the experience as a professional.
yeah.
He's only just behind me with half the fights.
do you feel
Yeah.
like the
If that makes
difference is
sense.
massive compared to professional and amateur? Like, do you think it's completely different, or do you still go in with the same mindset? Like, I'm going to knock you out.
Yeah, it's all the same mindset. It's a fight at the end of the day, but it's like it is different. It's a very different approach. You train a lot harder. You have to have camps and real preparation. So and even the fight itself and the sparring, and it's hard to explain. There's a different.
Do you feel like there's money involved in that as well, so that changes things?
Yeah, it does slightly, but I think purely boxing, I think it is slightly different with the style, and you got to be, you got to have the preparation to be going 12 rounds, not at the start because it's 4, 6, 8 rounds, but you change your style in a certain way. Obviously, it's a bit more relaxed, and there's a lot more inside fighting. It's not just point picking. Yeah, so there is a slight change of style as well, and you notice as people turn pro, after a few fights, you start them, then to see them develop that kind of slower pace and more inside fighting, hooks, uppercuts, rather than just amateurs are very point picking and bouncing on their toes. And
Yeah.
so that's it is slightly different, yeah.
Because it's longer, obviously. It's 12 rounds, so you have to take your time more and stuff. You have to expect it to maybe go the distance.
Yeah, you have to
sometimes,
conserve your energy a little bit more than
Yeah.
you, and be prepared to slow it down slightly.
You fought a lot of British opponents in the pro, haven't you? Really?
Yeah.
Is this the first time you went away from Britain with the Andrade?
No, I boxed.
Oh, you've been to Germany. Sorry, yeah.
I boxed in Germany. A guy called
Yuri Pompilio.
Pompilio, yeah. On the undercard of Jürgen Bremen and Enzo Maccarinelli, I think it's for the WBO world title, like the heavyweight. Yeah.
I remember that actually.
Yeah, it was in. I think that was only a 8-rounder. That was an 8-round fight. I broke my hand in the first round, so I had to go I had to go 8 rounds with a broken hand.
Fucking hell.
You still beat him?
Yeah, I knocked him out in the last round.
TKO.
What was it like? Was your hand just mashed after?
It was just like, I remember the shot. He went to throw a jab. I slipped and went to hit him with the right uppercut. Yeah, but he pulled his elbow back in, and I hit him straight on the point of the elbow. And that's I've had 2 operations on that hand there. Like
Almost, your career was almost over.
yeah, I got told to retire.
No
Really?
way.
By doctors. Yeah, they said
Oh, they always do say that, don't they?
Yeah.
Retire, man.
Shut up, Doc.
this was like 6, 7 years ago. They said, listen, your hands, it's fucked. Like you're better off just trying to train people or whatever. And I was heartbroken. I was like, fucking hell.
That's it.
Well, from
young, innit?
Well, from now, like you've obviously gone on and won a couple more fights. You then had a draw with Ty and Booth.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then
Do you feel like that was a draw?
No, it wasn't a draw. It didn't go to the points. Didn't go to the cards or anything. It was I think it was second or third round. I think.
I don't know.
I was
Yeah, third round.
I was actually giving it to him. I'm gonna say that, but I was
Lumping the shit.
another 1, 2, 3.
It would have been over.
To be honest, I probably would have stopped him because I started giving it to him a little bit. And but
the momentum was picking up for you.
He had a cut, a clash of heads, and he had a bad cut. I think it was
it was a no contest.
Yeah, I'm sure he had 22 stitches in his eye or something. But if it's before 4 rounds, sorry, it doesn't go to it's a technical draw.
Yeah.
So it wasn't actually a draw in terms of the cards, which a lot of people see it as, and they do wonder and question that. But it was, as I said, it was a technical draw. So it was a bit crap. I was disappointed with that, but
things happen.
Would you rather just be beat than a draw?
No.
That's an
I suppose if you're defending a title, then you don't want to grab a draw, don't you?
Yeah, you're keeping it, but no, it's it doesn't. Anything other than a win is quite disappointing. Really. It doesn't matter, does it? But it's just one of them, and it's funny how it works because when I had that draw with Tyan Booth, he was actually trained by Dominic Ingle, which is my trainer now.
That's mad.
And I always remember, I never forget, like Dom was quite good at mentally trying to get in people's heads and get under their skin. And I remember after 2 rounds, he was shouting for the bottom rope. He's going, "Go on, Tyan. He's fucked, Tyan. Look at him. He's breathing heavy. He's just."
You cheeky bastard.
And I'm thinking, what's this guy on about? I'm fresh. I'm gonna
third round.
I'm gonna fuck his boy up. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna give it to. And I'm like, I remember looking at because going back to where, like I said, I'm quite fiery, innit?
Yeah.
And I'm looking out to the ring, and I'm calling Dom everything under the sun. I'm actually talking
as you're fighting.
I'm actually talking to Dom as I'm fighting Tyan Booth. And I'm just, you fucking cheeky cunt. I'm fine. What are you on about? Yeah, you fucking bald prick. Do you know what I mean?
Well, have you said that to him since?
Yeah, he knows that.
What does Dominic say now? Like when do you look back at them times and be like, you cheeky fucker?
Yeah, no, he was laughing because we speak about everything on it. He knows I went tired, but he was just saying it,
trying to get in your head.
You got it, you fucking head, clearly.
He's a very good judge of character. He didn't even know me then. He knew who I was, but he knew I was fiery. He knew I was fiery.
So he just trying to rile you up in that, weren't he? And trying to get like.
He says to me now, Liam, if I was training somebody who was fighting you now, I'd have you beat, he said, before you even get in the ring. Yeah. Because I would know
what gets you under your skin.
Obviously, but he knows me, so he's going to be like,
knows your weaknesses. Like
he knows how fiery I am. So he fucking,
like if you get angry before the fight, like if you get really angry, do you think that can lose you the fight straight away? Like, are you lost before you get in?
Yeah, it can to a certain. You have to be wound up. You have to want to smash the guy to get fired up and everything, but it depends very much on how you control that aggression and aggression.
Don't want to be emotional in the fight, do you?
No, of course you don't. You want to have that fire. You want to smash this guy, but you need to be able to
calculate,
stick to the game plan, be calculated, and use that to your advantage rather than making it lose you the fight. Then
100%.
Well, when if we go on from that draw, you went on and won a couple matches, and then we went to the nitty gritty, the controversial, the grudge matches. Liam Smith. Yeah. Before we go into that, like what you just said then about being calm, what I found that before looking at them, like the press conferences, you seem very calm compared to Liam. Liam was like proper mouthy.
He was fiery as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. You seemed like the calm one in that. Like
he's a very similar character to myself, but you like in the first fight, which is probably the one you're talking about, in the press conferences, and I was like, he was kind of giving it to me.
Yeah.
To be honest. But
is that, before you go on, was that like, did you not expect that from him? Like
no.
Someone similar to you giving it to you? Like
I did expect it, kind of, but at that point, I was inexperienced.
Yeah.
And because he was a former world champion.
It's a name, innit?
No, was he?
Liam Smith.
Was he a former? No, he wasn't at this point, I don't think. But he was like, just check up on that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he held the WBO in 2015 to 2016.
Right, so that was before I boxed him, yeah?
When did you? What you don't remember when you
I boxed him.
Yeah,
in
with
2017.
17. So yeah, he's old and he's had that belt before. Clearly,
Yeah, he's
got a
obviously
bit
to those
experience,
people, right?
like-
Who's like, you should know this. We're not like boxing professionals, by the way. Like, so
Yeah.
let him know.
no. So as I said, he was a lot more experienced than me.
Yeah,
He's a bit older. He's 33. He's 4 years older than me.
got a couple of grey hairs on his head.
Yeah. Do you know what? I just call him ashtray head. Yeah. He's got a full head of grey hair and he looks like he's
Ashtray head.
he looks like he's
Ashtray
been on fucking meth or something. But nah, jokes aside, it's like he was yeah. Sorry, mate. He was very much more experienced than me, and he knew how to work it, because I was going into that fight looking at him with too much respect there, and he was giving it to me, and I wanted to give it back to him, because you know that's my personality.
Is that more of a respect? Paying you respect?
I showed him too much respect, and that was purely because of what he'd done. And then if that was now, I'd wreck him. Do you know what I mean? I'd give it to him, but back then I just thought I didn't want to be that youngster coming up and disrespecting this former world champion. And although I wanted to fight him, I was fighting him and I wanted to beat him up, like I had to show him respect, and I didn't want to be that a dickhead. Do you know what I mean?
No, I get that 100%.
Where did the beef stem from? Like, what started it?
Do you know, it was just like, it wasn't me or him. It was obviously the media, and
Destined, weren't it, that fight?
it was always going to happen. He was coming through. He was banging everybody out. I was doing the same thing. We was the same weight. We was both promoted by Frank Warren.
Yeah, Frankie.
So he was just.
What's he like to work with? Is he?
Yeah, so you know, it's all right. He's been sound with me. He's looked after me. Could have been better in some situations.
What would you say?
Could have been worse, but I just think it's difficult, because
Do you think they're just money orientated? Just money to them, like.
Of course it is.
everyone is. To be honest, I think you need to be realistic in boxing. I get on well with Frank. Yeah, like if I seen him, we'd be very friendly with each other, and I hold that level of respect for him. But you need to be realistic in boxing. I'm a promoter. Yeah, you were a boxer. You are nothing more than than a piece of meat.
100%.
Once you lose, you can fuck off, and I'll pull him in to fight for me. So you can go off, and I don't care.
100%.
I don't care about you. I'm not gonna pay your bills after boxing. I'm not gonna.
And I suppose if you know you don't have that emotional attachment, then there's no problem when something happens.
It's better. You need to be like that, because you know, once I retire, he ain't gonna be phoning
Frankie, why are you ringing me, mate?
He ain't gonna be phoning me up. Oh, Liam, how's the kids?
100%.
Yeah,
No.
it's true.
You know, going back to the Liam Smith fight, they were both in Was you fighting out of Sheffield at this time?
No, I was fighting out of Cardiff. I was trained by Gary Lockett.
All right, so it's like a two-part to this then. Would you have a third fight? And would it be in Wales? Because even I know you're boxing out of Sheffield. Surely you would want to fight in your home country.
I wanna come back home to fight. I want to fight in Wales.
Do you think you'll fight him again?
I think so. I don't know, but it's one of them fights where, do you know, like I said, it built up at the start. It's
been quite.
It's destined for the third, for a real
But
decider.
the thing is because of how controversial the ending was. It's like unfinished.
I think again for me, it's like, although he beat me in the second fight, and it was fairly close. Some people thought I won, but you know, I won't go into that. If he won, I'll accept that.
Yeah.
I just think it's one of them ones where, although we've boxed each other twice, it's not over. People still talk about us two a lot in the same bracket, and so I think it's one of them where there's a lot of potential for it to happen again, and I would like it to happen again.
Yeah, no.
Heffron battered him, didn't you?
Yeah.
He came in, clearly thought he was going to do you. So you bounced back from two losses really, and you've come back and you're doing really well again. What made did that take a big hit on you, like the two Liam fights?
Yeah, well, I say big hit. It obviously knocked me back a bit, and I had to reset and go again and everything. But in terms of confidence and belief in myself, I think it made me a better man. Obviously, I've lost. I've proved I can come back from her. And not just that, I lost them fight. I didn't even lose the first one. I shouldn't have. But the second one, I've not really spoke about it a lot. But I weren't dedicated for that fight. I was doing things I shouldn't been.
Like what?
I'm not gonna say exactly what, but 3 weeks before that fight, I was out
Partying.
smashed. Yeah.
Yeah.
What comes within
100%.
partying. Yeah.
Why did you at the time when you were doing those things, what was going through your head? Were you thinking, right, I'm just gonna go out party and that? What was making you feel like you wanted to do that rather than being in the gym and sort of
I just think losing the first fight, I thought I got paid well for it. Nowhere near what I can earn and what I have earned, and I've earned a lot more since. But in that fight, I earned a lot of money, and I kind of, in a way, got a little bit too big for my boot. No, it's hard to explain.
Did you say you got full? You were hungry up to that point?
I've got money.
Yeah,
satisfied.
I bought my house. I'm buying another one. I'm fucking,
What's the point, innit?
Yeah. I've done it really. Fuck it, And going into the second fight, I thought, what? I don't really care if I lose because I'm going to get paid again.
That's not a good attitude to have, is it?
I'm going to get paid again.
The pride's gone from it then.
I'm going to get paid again what I got paid for the first one.
And I got beat on the first one.
And I've already made it off the first one in my mind. So if I've already made it then, I've double made it now.
That's so interesting.
And I don't care if I lose. Fuck it. Yeah. But then, once I lost that second one,
felt like shit.
I thought, what? I'm fucking gutted at that attitude because I actually like boxing and I like winning. I don't like this.
You realise, yeah.
So then that's when
you learn from it.
That's
I needed it.
experience.
I needed that. I think I needed to lose.
Were you a bit that's interesting, really, because you hear that happening to professional people and stuff like that, famous people. They get a bit comfortable and that happens.
It's the end of them, yeah.
Do you feel like it was like you were complacent and that was like your thing that said, nah, you got way more to do?
Yeah, exactly. That gave me a kick up the arse because I honestly don't think, I thought after that fight, even if I lost, I thought, well, I'm okay. I kind of accepted that was probably or maybe going to be the end for me anyway.
Wow.
So I just thought...
Was that what made you go to move up to Sheffield and train?
Yeah. Even now, I can't train in Wales. Because there's too...
Reminders?
No, there's too much temptation for me.
Ah, right.
Do you like going out and that? Do you like having a party?
I do. Yeah. I do enjoy that.
Do you reckon you sacrificed a lot of that growing up? Because you started at 9. You're in school and now. You're a athlete, and you.
Yeah, that I think that's why. At certain points I enjoy it so much.
Yeah.
Because I've missed out on it for years. I think then when I get the opportunity, it's like.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
It's fucking hell.
Yeah. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
Did you have much? Did you have much growing up then? Were you what was your family like?
Yeah, to be honest with you, you hear a lot of boxers saying, "Oh, I've boxed because I've got nothing."
You had everything.
If I'm being honest with you, I've always had everything on a plate. My parents have always been great. My man always give me everything. My man has always had good jobs. He's had money. He's given me everything I've ever wanted. I used to race motocross bikes. I'd have two brand
the best of the best,
I'd have 2 brand new bikes every 6 months. As soon as a new one come out, bam, I'd have 2 of them. Right. One for practicing, one for racing.
Why was that? Would you say you was a spoiled kid? Would you kick off if you didn't get it?
100%, yeah.
One of them ones where the fuck's my new motorbike?
It's interesting you recognise that.
No, I get it. There's people
I went to buy a bike one time, right? Buy 2 bikes. What was the story? Why? Anyway, a new bike, a new year come out or whatever. It was probably around about this time of year because this is when, although it's not the new year yet, you get the 22 bikes coming out now, yeah? So it was around about this time of year. I've had my bikes for a couple of months or whatever. And we were going to a place to put the old ones in and get 2 brand new ones, yeah? And I had 2 brand new bikes in the van. I was with my man. And as I was there, I wanted new kit, yeah. So I wanted 2 new pairs of boots as well. Not just one, but
Fucking expensive as well.
2,
Yeah,
I think Alpine Star, whatever they were like maybe 400 quid a pair. And 2 bikes, they were like 3 grand each in the back of the van. And we're driving home, I had an argument with my man. I'm like, Dad, you fat cunt. You're a fucking shit, old man. And that's nothing to be proud of.
You were just,
I know. I've done it myself.
You were spoiled, like.
But that just goes to show that I was
He's just done all that for you. And
Yeah,
you're still a fat cunt.
what the fuck is that all about? you fucking, you're fuck. I fucking hate you. You done.
Yeah,
And I do regret being like
At least
that.
you recognise you've grown up.
Yeah, but we're even like that now. I'll say that now. But if we go home, I'd probably still argue with him and call him a fat cunt. You know?
Yeah.
You're a fucking dick.
That's just your relationship.
That's your relationship.
But he'll
Give
say
it back.
the same
back,
kind of
yeah.
shit to
You're
me.
a shit fighter.
Yeah.
Quit.
You're fucking pathetic. Fuck off. So but it is the way it is, and I think that's what makes us close in a way, because we know we can just be real with
You're
each
like
other.
mates and that.
Yeah, we can be real, and we.
Yeah.
There's nothing hidden. If he thinks I'm a prick for doing a certain something, he'll tell me exactly how he feels.
You need that. You
Yeah,
need that relationship.
and I do need that. Yeah.
It's interesting.
What's going on there now? Like, obviously you've just got beat by Andrade. Great fight. He's a great fighter as well. What's the next steps then for you to become Ultimate Champion?
Do you know what? I wanted to ask you about that. Sorry to hold that question. Did you find the level of UK to US fighting completely different? Like, do you think US boxers are just on a whole nother level?
No, I don't think it's a case of UK and US boxers in general. There was a different level from where I was fighting to Andrade level, yeah. Because he's a 3-time world champion, 2 different weights. So there was a big gap. But in terms of...
Do you think it was too early for you to take that fight?
No, it wasn't too early. Definitely not too early. But it's just a case of...
Showed you what you needed to be to become
It
that
showed
level.
me
The difference.
that little
the
bit more I need to do. And
What was that, do you think?
I don't know, just it's a hard one to answer really, because when you've been in that fight, you kind of know.
in your body, is it?
Yeah, I think it's just a case of being comfortable in situations because
Was it the pressure of the big stage, what the fight was for?
yeah, maybe it was my first time fighting on that kind of level.
Was it the zone? Was it on the
Yeah,
zone?
it was on the zone. Yes, it was obviously a
Big.
massive platform.
Huge.
In America as well. What was that like for the
You
first time in America?
Fighting in Miami. Excuse me. So, yeah, it's like it was a bit of everything. It was good to fight in America for the first time. I've been there training camp and that before with Vegas. Yeah, but it was good. It was, I've been there now. I've done it. Nothing's going to be a surprise to me
100%.
when we go back. So it's all a good learning curve.
So that would be your next step. Is it just have you got fights lined up now? Obviously, let's talk about Eubank. I seen something you was talking on a platform talking about calling him a dick. Is that a potential fight? Like, what do you think of Chris Eubank?
Yeah, it's one of them on a personal level. I don't like the way he is. He wouldn't. he wouldn't be my. He wouldn't be in my circle, and yeah, I wouldn't. If he's from the Rhondda, from Wales,
You'd had his head panned in a long time ago.
yeah, I'd still think he was a prick. Like,
What is it about him?
I'm not saying that because he's a competitor, or do you know what I mean? He's like,
He's just a cock in your eyes.
he's just not my type of person. So it's one of them. I don't know. He just like he thinks he's above everyone, and in many ways he probably is.
Do you reckon that's because he's trying to fill someone's boots?
Yeah, in many ways I think he is above the level of other people in terms of he's got something going for himself.
He's got a Eubank name.
The
hasn't he?
privilege.
He's got money. He's got a bit of fame. So in many ways he is above people, but
Don't abuse your power.
in many ways I am, because I've got
Yeah,
To
some
come
of that.
from where you are.
Some of that as well,
Yeah.
but I think sometimes you just need to be real and just be
humble.
be nice. That's just be nice to people. That's all it is.
You say he might be above in there. What about in talent? Like, do you think you would do him in a ring? Like,
Yeah, 100%, and that's why I want to fight him, because he's obviously got a good name for himself. He's got the Eubank name, but not just that. I do rate him. I think he's good. He's got a lot of he's very strong, durable, tough.
Yeah, he is an athlete.
He always comes in and
you see these videos he does, like when he's like hitting baseball bats with the punch bag and that.
Yeah,
So he hospitalised someone, didn't he?
He comes in. He
So is that your next fight? And if so, are you going to knock
he's
him
always
out?
in tremendous condition. But I'd like it to be our next fight, whether it's going to be or not. There is a little bit of something
Do you
going on.
think you'd knock him out?
Yeah, I do. And do you know what? I'd like to think I'd knock him out, but even if I don't, I'm going to be prepared. I know it's going to be one of them fights. It's going to be a back and forth. It wouldn't surprise me if there's a couple of ups and downs.
Yeah, it might be a 1-2 and a 3 fight. You never know.
You zoning in to Chris? Do you reckon?
Well, that's the plan. I would like that, but as we spoke about earlier, nothing's ever done until it's done.
Yeah.
Set in stone.
You had like the George Groves and that as well, who had that great fight with Eubank and that. What's your? This is me just throwing a couple of names out now. What do you think of like Carl Froch as a fighter then?
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Not many people like him, do they? Especially people I speak to. They just think he's a knob.
Yeah, but he is a bit like that. I think he can come across a bit arrogant and whatever, but I don't know him on that level. I've spoke to him, very briefly a few times, but
Great fighter.
in terms of fighting, he's a proper fighter. Never avoided a fight, fought anyone, went anywhere to fight anybody.
Yeah.
And he was always not the most talented in terms of technical ability, but what a fucking very, very tough, just hard, very hard man. It's the best way to describe him.
You've sparred with Billy Joe Saunders. You said he's one of the greatest person, or one of the. I think you said he was harder than some of the fights you've had sparring him. What's he like as a?
It's he's very good. Billy Joe's one of these people who he's very naturally gifted. He could take 6 months out of training, full stop, and probably come in. He wouldn't be fit. He'd probably be a bit fat too. But he'd come in, and over 4 rounds, he'll probably school someone who's been in camp for the last 3 months. Do you know what I mean? He's that naturally gifted.
Natural.
He can just fiddle his way through, and he's so
Technical.
skillful. Yeah, he just pop you with a couple of shots, and even when you were trying to close him down, he's making you believe that he's waiting to counter you, or he's looking to set something up, but really he's not planning on doing fuck all, and he's just sucking up. He's having his rest, but he's very clever in the way he goes about things. He's very, very good.
Who's in Wales now? Who's one of the biggest flops, would you say, in Welsh boxing?
It's difficult to say because
We've had a couple of names
I'm friendly. I'm very friendly on a personal level with probably every, if not most, boxer in Wales. But to say a flop, I think.
Who are you disappointed with?
Yeah, who would you think was,
Who did you expect more from?
As I said, a flop is kind of the right way to look at it, but it sounds a little bit disrespectful,
Yeah.
But for me, a little bit of a disappointment and a underachiever. I think for me, probably Andrew Selby, because me and Andrew Selby are very good mates. I get on with him like I've known him since I was probably 12 or 13 years of age. We're friends, and he's a bit of a boy. Like he's a good crack.
Yeah.
But he's so good. He's another Billy Joe. He's so talented, technically unbelievable. But he've abused that talent, and he done do things.
Goes from fight to fight, and then
he done do things right. And I think if he'd capitalised on certain success and built on it, I think you'd see him as a world champion now.
Well, his brother Lee's probably, as a professional, probably what you would want to be as a professional is in like the way he goes about his life, trains.
Lee is very good. He's talented as well. But
Andrew would have been probably better.
If you could put Andrew's talent and ability
into Lee's work
with Lee's work ethic and dedication,
yeah, you'd have a great Selby.
You'd probably see another Canelo.
Wow,
really,
in levels in terms of like, maybe that's a bit ambitious to say Canelo, but you know that high level.
What's he doing with himself now?
I don't know. I haven't spoken to him. I haven't seen much of him for a long while. I did.
Wow,
see him
that's a statement though.
Back in training a while ago. As I said, maybe not quite Canelo then, but you know that level, very high level. I think if you could put them two parts of each other, which I said, with each other, I'm not trying to disrespect Lee, but I think Andrew's naturally more gifted. He is. He is than most people probably in Britain. He would be the most talented fighter or one of them.
It's mad.
Wow, top Welsh boxer of all time
has to be Joe Calzaghe, and always somebody I looked up to from young. You know, doing what he did and achieving what he did, and unbelievable to say he's come from pretty much just down the road. It's a good feeling.
Is your plan to go and stay in America now and fight in America? Is that what you want to do? Because obviously that's where the money's at too. So,
not really. I obviously want to go back to America. I'd like to fight in Vegas, New York. You know,
Madison Square Garden.
Well, Vegas anyway.
What's the best
MGM.
arena you've ever fought in?
Probably, I don't know, I gotta think. I
Metro.
I fought in a lot of them now. It's like the O2 London, MEN Manchester.
That's a big one.
Echo Arena Liverpool. Do you know all of them kind of?
Have you done a Millennium?
No.
That's what I was going to say.
Mad.
Would you do Liam Smith Millennium?
Oh, that'd be mad.
100%.
That'd be mad. That would.
Or Eubank Jr.
Yeah.
Cardiff City Stadium.
To be honest, Eubank Jr. would capture the imagination a lot more than Smith would. For pure boxing fans.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
I think Smith and that is a very good fight, but you have to have a little bit more than that to be selling.
Eubank Jr. would be that, I think.
He's more your level now. Like he's more of an ideal fight, really.
Yeah.
What do you think of that Cash as well coming up?
Felix Cash.
Yeah.
he's a good fighter. You can ask Joey about him because he's in the same stable, isn't he? You know, there's been a bit of back and forth between him and myself.
Really?
Not much, but like we've
acknowledged each other in that.
I feel like he would be wanting to fight you.
Yeah, as I said,
target.
not even we've mentioned each other. He's dropped my name a couple of times.
Yeah, that's it.
Where's he from?
Do you reckon you beat him?
He's from London. I know he trains in Essex now with.
Right.
Do you reckon you beat him?
Yeah, 100%. I think and knock him
Was
off.
he just an up and coming?
He's unbeaten at the moment, isn't he?
Yeah, but there are a lot of them are unbeaten. You know, it's the road they take, isn't it?
Yeah.
Until Liam comes in and
he's
gone out.
he's there now. He's on that level.
bring him out.
He's British Commonwealth champion. Not quite sure how many fights he's had now.
He's only had a few.
No, fair play to him.
12, something like that.
You got a pretty face.
Yeah. He's in double figures, like he's at maybe 15, 16. I don't even know how many fights, but as I said,
13
he's coming through and he is good. He's
14, I know.
He's obviously talented, but I don't like to go into sparring stories and that. But
you outed him.
I've sparred him, right, and I sparred him. And a guy called Ted Cheeseman, same, you probably heard of him as well.
Ted Cheeseman. It's a mad name, isn't it?
Teddy Cheese.
Teddy Cheese.
He's British. Is he British champion now? Cheeseman, I think I don't know. Anyway, he's been in some good fights. And I sparred him and Ted Cheeseman. So Felix Cash Ted Cheeseman on the same day. And I'm not kidding you boys, I've done 6 rounds with both. So I've done 12 rounds, yeah. And I punched the fuck out of the pair of them. He's saying, oh, I want to fight Liam, blah, blah. But I was going back to what we were saying earlier. Does he want to fight me?
He's just the clout, that, isn't it?
There's so many ways out to a fight. You can say you want to fight someone.
Yeah.
But then when somebody offers you
the contract, like
X amount of money, nah, it's not enough. They give you more, it's not enough. You can just delay, you can...
Yeah, don't you want to fight or not?
And then from his point of view, then he can go and say, oh, I wanted to fight him, but they offered me shit money.
Yeah.
When really it was
That's the
shit.
biggest cop out here with a lot of
yeah.
people. Oh, they didn't pay me, they didn't offer me enough. It's not worth it.
It's
what do you think of Joshua and Fury then, that situation? Because they've been wanting to fight, and then you had Wilder situation.
Hearn blames.
I
It's a mess. It's a mess.
genuinely think they both want to fight each other.
I think Fury's going to batter him.
Yeah, same. There's complications. There's complications.
Are you Team Fury on that one?
Yeah, 100%.
Obviously, you're with MGK and you.
Yeah,
Frank Warren.
No, but regardless of that, and that's
pure talent.
That's honestly, like, fuck all that MTK, Frank Warren. It doesn't matter.
I can see that that promotional shit. Just don't wash with
you mean talent anyway? Obviously, I mean,
I just like Fury. I think he's class. He's
real.
Yeah, and I love his personality more than anything else.
In the boxing world, right? Like, if you mention Liam Williams, people say, oh, he's fucking nuts. Like, oh, he'll fight anyone. Is there anyone else like you then in that world who's like got a bit of reputation of being fucking like quite mad, like unreal?
Who would you like say is real in that, like, really?
Because Rio recognises real, yeah, clearly, and like, you said like Fury. I just love the way he is. Is there any other people you respect out there? Might not even be big named, like, but
yeah. I don't know, it's difficult to put me on the spot there, to be honest with you. It's like...
what's Billy Joe like? Do you reckon he's...
Yeah, he's not like that. He's a nice guy. He's fucking... I'm not saying he won't fight anybody, because he's unbelievable and whatever else, but he's like, I'll make it known. Even if I ain't on your radar, you ain't really on mine. If somebody mentions your name, I'll just say yeah. And I will, like, I'll fight anybody. But going back to the question, I'm not really sure. It's a hard one for you to... I could probably think of a few if I sat down.
Listen, you come back to the question, you've got someone in mind. Come on.
Yeah, no. No, I don't think there really is
a lot.
No, I get that.
I'm not trying to be anybody else.
A racehorse don't look left or right.
Obviously, you're still the future, you, Joe. But is there anyone else now we need to watch out for? And up and coming in Wales. Is there any boxers we need to look out for?
There's a few coming through, and you got like there's a boy called Reese Edwards who's come from the same amateur gym as me.
Okay.
He only lives 10 minutes down the road. You got him. There's a few really. You've got Gary Lockett's got a couple of good boys there. Tony Borg, he's got a good few. Gavin Reese, there's a lot of...
Gavin trains, does he?
Yeah, he's training professionals now, so he's got a lot of good fighters coming through, and
it's just a matter of just have a load, and as long as you've got a good trainer, anything can happen. Anyone can come out of that gym, really, can't it?
Yeah, and 100%, mate. Yeah, it's just a case of knuckling down and just being the best you can be. And I think a lot of these fighters, they're all talented, and in Wales, when you say about like ones to look for now, there's so many talented people, but it's just about getting that breakthrough, getting that opportunity, and I think that's probably the biggest thing. You have that opportunity, you shine, and that's where your breakout comes.
Yeah. We'd love to keep on going. We got a couple of questions we'd like to ask, like we do with everyone before. But is there anything you'd like to say to the younger youth of Wales, people who might be lost, like yourself, in school, travelling? Any advice you could give them on the benefits of boxing, and if you could just tell them on the camera? Yeah,
well, I haven't really got a great deal of advice, but for me, I think if you're good at something and you think you could have a future in that, then knuckle down, dedicate yourself, find yourself a good coach, good trainer, whatever it may be, and just stick with it. And you'll have your ups and downs, but keep going. If you fully believe that you're good enough and you can succeed, then you don't always have to be good in school or college or whatever it may be. Just focus on what you want to do and
Put the work in.
Believe
just
in
put
yourself.
believe in yourself, put the work in, and just make it happen. 100%.
Nice one.
Good word.
Cheers.
Yeah, amazing, man.
All right then. So I got some what you rather questions, and I got some names I'm just going to put out there. I basically want you these people. I want you to just try and describe them in one word, or do you get me? All right, then.
Take me right up here.
Oh no. Liam Smith.
Prick.
Ashtray head. I thought you
No,
said.
but like, I don't. What do I actually say about him? We've obviously had a beef and whatever, so I'm not gonna say nice guy. Fucking, you know, great fighter.
Yeah, no.
because
Tell him what it is.
Yeah.
Prick.
Cheese.
All right. Jake Paul.
fraud, idiot.
Yo, are you gonna be? So, what do you think of that situation? You gonna tune into that? What do you know?
No, I won't be tuning in. I won't. I'm not saying if I see anything on social media, I'll probably have a browse. Do you mean? But I won't be tuning in to watch him fight because
he has smashed it.
He's ripping the piss out of your sport. Really.
Do you respect the
Yes.
fact that he's getting in the ring and he's willing to
Tyron
scrap
Woodley's
it
a
out?
big guy as well. Like,
yeah, but he's not a big guy compared
he's a
to.
UFC.
He's about 2 foot short. He's about 2 foot taller than Woodley.
if he punched you though, if Tyron Woodley punched you,
Yeah,
he'd
Yeah,
knock you out.
Tyrone's actually quite a...
Yeah, but who's to
good
say that he
fighter.
ain't paying him anyway? Like to do you know what I mean?
Nah, he
He
wouldn't.
got a
lose.
lot of money, that Jake
Tyron
Paul.
wouldn't lose for the sake of losing.
Nah.
He's got too much. They're like he's like a 4-time
No,
world
I
champion.
know.
Yeah,
something like that.
but you don't know. Do you know when money's involved, then
Do you think? Yeah.
sometimes all that
Corruption.
goes out. Sometimes all that goes out the window.
Is it? Well, when it's big money.
Yeah, of course. For me, that wouldn't happen. But you'd be
It depends
surprised.
if you cared about
Is it?
legacy, really.
Would you smack up Jake Paul if he called you out? Like?
I'd beat the life out of him.
What about his brother Logan? Same thing.
Both of them, same
Same
thing.
kettle
At the
of
same
fish.
time.
Same night. I'd do one, then I'd just stay in the ring while they roll the other. while they
next
roll
week-
the other one under the bottom rope,
Yeah.
sleep in, chuck the other one.
Yes, nice. All right, Billy Joe Saunders,
Talent again.
Nathan Cleverly,
Athlete,
Joe Calzaghe,
legend,
Carl Froch,
warrior,
and finally Eubank Jr.
no bad.
Actually, I got one. Mayweather.
Money.
Money. I got that actually on the What You Rather. So these What You Rathers I do now. Just ask a couple of people.
Yeah.
Obviously, well, you're from Wales, so I always anyone Welsh, I'll put the national sport in. So would you rather rugby or motocross?
Motocross.
Frank Warren or Eddie Hearn?
I have to go with Frank, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Coogan from IFL or Michelle behind the gloves?
Gotta go with my man Coogan, innit?
Eubank or Mungia? Who would you want?
I'd want Eubank, but I'd love to fight both guys.
Smash them both. Yeah.
Yeah.
Knock
Both,
them both out.
both very, very good fights and interesting for the fans as well. Like they're gonna be fights that you know they're gonna produce fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right there. All right, and this is one off the cuff then. Would you rather fight Liam Smith again in the Cardiff City Stadium or Jake Paul in the O2?
Jake Paul, huh?
Is it? Oh.
I'd rather fight Liam Smith for me, my career.
Yeah, for you inside yourself.
Yeah,
like,
but you know, for that,
it's
from
got
a
to be
bank,
Jake Paul. Yeah, Jake Paul.
Oh my
Just
God,
knock him
yeah,
out,
that
like-
is the money, you know.
Easy $100 mil.
Yeah. and then these ones are just some random ones, yeah? So are you a mild or a spice?
mild.
Right. That video you done
That's the
yesterday.
first mild we've had on the show.
No.
Nah, Ninja was mine.
Yeah, wait there though. What do you mean? Me?
Food.
Taste buds.
It could be anything. Do you like a mild bird or a spicy bird?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's
Home interpretation, isn't it?
It's like front door or back door. We done it with Andrew Biggie Morris. What do you mean
No,
by front door, back door?
It can change though, can't I? You say fucking mild bird, spicy bird.
But I don't like spicy
What about food?
What is a mild bird?
Food, mild bird, spicy.
I like it. Well,
Spicy food, yeah.
front door or back door?
Back though.
Hey! If you could, that's funny.
Oh god.
If you could explore one of these, would it be deep sea or deep space?
Deep sea, you know.
Yeah,
The first deep sea.
Yeah, that is.
No, you weren't here last week, mate. No. Everyone says deep space normally. I like the sea. I reckon there's some ratchet in there, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot in there.
Everyone's like, why do you keep doing the deep sea, deep space? Like, I reckon there's sick questions. Are you a flat earth or a round earth?
What? Say that again.
Do you believe in a flat earth or a round earth?
Flat, innit?
Yeah, 100%. You've got the first flat earth.
Yeah, do you know what that means? Wait, before we carry on, tell him what that means.
Liam Williams is a flat earther.
No, do you know what that means? Oh God, you explain.
Do you
it.
believe the world is round or flat? Because there's
You
people
can't
out
go.
there
You
who
can't go
believe.
to the North Pole, can you?
People say that
can't
it's
go
flat
there.
earth.
You
Like.
don't know.
This
What
is
do you mean you
ridiculous.
can't go to the North Pole? Of course you can. People go there, don't they?
No, the South
No,
Pole.
you
You can't go to Antarctica.
Not like all the way though.
Listen, that's for another. Listen, if you want to, I'll give you some
No,
info on
but
it.
I think it depends which way you look at it, yeah, because the world it's round.
See, he's answered the question.
So it spins, but it's,
If you had a
fucking hell,
if you had a 2p piece, yeah, and you spun it, it's flat.
But while it's spinning a circle.
This is ridiculous.
No,
for
yeah,
us.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because when you look at it,
Listen, it's a flat earth. No, I'm joking.
do you know what that question reminds me of? Yeah, what come first, the chicken or the egg?
Yeah, it's a daft one, isn't it?
you don't know
Because-
until you see it.
You don't even know. No, there's
The
people out
egg
there
come from the chicken, but the chicken come from it. So
No,
the
but there's people out there, yeah.
who actually believe it's a flat earth. Like
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
we
yeah.
live on a flat plane. It's not round. People
Yeah, they
think,
believe
But
it.
yeah, exactly. You fucking
We might.
Oh,
walking
Liam,
around.
stick the box in, Lee. No,
And you.
fine.
I get what you mean.
Stick the
like.
fuck.
We'll chat later, Lee. And then I
for
asked
that.
this to everyone, yeah. If you could have two superpowers, one to help humanity and one for yourself, what would they be?
well, what would the actual?
So a superpower for yourself, you've always wanted, and then a superpower to change humanity, help humanity.
I don't really know in terms of myself. I don't really know, but humanity, I just think you just have to stop the struggles, you know. You'd have to stop
Yeah,
people suffering and
100%.
fucking whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe a couple really. There'll be illnesses, you know, poor,
Wealth,
yeah,
everything, health.
yeah, all that kind of shit.
100%. Yo, listen, Liam, it's been a proper pleasure having you down. Like, thank you. I'm so glad we got you down eventually. Hopefully, we get you on one day with a fucking belt.
World title.
100%.
Yeah.
That would be really
Yeah.
fucking sweet. We
100%, boys. When the time's right.
Have you got anything
me
to
know.
say to Eubank and the camera?
No, just fucking, just grow a pair of bollocks, take the fight, stop being a fucking social media boxer.
Love.
There we go.
Lovely
Listen,
stuff.
thank you so much.
Come on.
Honestly, I really
Yeah,
appreciate
thank you,
it.
bro.
Thank you so
Nice,
much.
bro. Thank you.
Cheers, boys.
Smashed it.
I want to say to everyone, thank you for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you go check that out. Make sure you go support Liam Williams in the future. Stay central.
Stay central.
Stay central, lads.
The Central Club.